But the petition that we are going to petition the governor is to put a moratorium on his working group, a moratorium on how things are being taken, 10%. Because regardless of fact, if we don't have the governor put a 10% cap on those greedy people you guys talking about, our people gonna perish.
Yes. Yes.
Guys in the Californians, 80 of them never rebuild their lives. They had to move. FEMA took the money, the attorneys took the money.
Mm-hmm.
You need to question everything we do, because we don't do everything right. Just because I'm an elected official.
That's an understatement.
So for Lahaina, we don't know better. So that's why we need to go
Correct.
into Lahaina, so we can learn. And not just listen and no hear.
Stay
But
over.
listen and hear. If you're not going, then no come. No ways to play fair and because they're always worried about the environment, right? Climate change. They should swim to Lahaina then.
So my question was from day one is, how is FEMA taking control of Maui in one fell swoop? Why? Because they wrote in the HRS that the governor has the right, the individual right and authority to put whoever he or she wants to in possession and control of a disaster. Mm-hmm. First off, Green no more that right. No. He does not have that right. You don't get to tell Kurt Fevella, myself, or anybody at this table how to live and how to help our people when they're in trouble.
No.
Okay? So what they did next was when the boats was going in, and we were all part of it, trying to get stuff on the boats, get it out there. Coast Guard, FEMA, tried to stop the boats.
Yep.
So once we get this solidified and the people of Hawaii understands this, we need the expertise of people who understand quote-unquote law so that we get this down on document. Without document, guys, we have no power.
None of these guys can even get fire insurance in Paradise because of the fires, because they're involved in the lawsuit. It's so heavy and it's cut and pasted doing this to Maui.
Exact same thing.
So I told him that $50,000 was to go to the temporary housing. Yeah, but I lived here from day one, this and that. So now just, the past 2 days I had to think of where we're going. Why we all gotta think about that kind of stuff? Why the government not paying these people who supporting the whole Lahaina? I don't know. In the beginning, boom, no problem, we'll be there, cook every day, this every day. But now it's kind of getting to reality. I just like to say thank you guys for everything. I just want to tell you guys why I'm here and what us guys going through, and I plan on going through this for, like you said, 4 years. This is for me, it's a 4-year fight. We're trying to build a temporary housing on private land. I get a meeting with the contractor who's from Kahuku. The landowner is from Texas, but it's right outside of the burn zone, so it'll be so perfect. We'll have everybody there in one spot. And so that's my community-driven point that I need help from government to fund. So that's the message I'll get to these guys. Thank you guys for everything.
I'm Andrew Aker from Maui Freedom TV. Thank you for hosting this meeting. My job is to end censorship. Having lived in China for 18 years, I know what communism looks like. I brought my daughter back to America, to Oregon in 2019 to taste freedom and Americanness. And I saw on TV the politicians, the news, had become one, just like the Chinese CCP and CCTV. And so now I am here to help shine light on the truth.
My name is Karen Hoffman, and what I'm watching is heartbreaking. And what happened in Lahaina is horribly tragic, but what's happened since exacerbates all of the tragedy and the loss and the heartbreak because of the way our government is handling the situation. And I can't be behind the scenes anymore. And I'm just here with the thought to be quiet and be behind the scenes also, but I can't do that anymore. So I'm just here to support the people of Hawaii and the people of Lahaina and see what I can do to shed light on the real agenda that's pushing and motivating them to do things that are just, in my opinion, heinous against the people of Hawaii.
Thank you.
My name is Jessica Kayatso. A lot of people know me as Priya. I have been active in the community for quite some time. I also ran for office. I'm a fighter for the people. I try and speak up for the people. I actually just came back from Maui. I am just here to be at whatever kind of service and to expose the realities of the corruption and, you know, hold people accountable. And that's what I'm all about, is accountability. And I'll keep it short and sweet.
Thank you. We're gonna have time for really talk. Sorry, go ahead.
Aloha, everybody. My name is Davis Sloan. I'm here on behalf of the Aina and the people and the ways of this land and the ways of the people. I've been educated for years by Kanaka of the history and the ways of this place. And although this isn't my fight by genetics, I'm here as somebody in Pono and in truth and willing to stand by that and for the people of this land.
Hi, my name is Matthew Aluko. I'm from the Senator's district, and then I always been, when I was younger, I used to volunteer all the time for the community, and then what I realized is that I wasn't really into political stuffs, but I know that when I would volunteer, I would see him all the time. Like people who used to be elected in my area, they would only come at the end, like, oh, this is an event, whatever, and they would come at the end and be like, oh yeah, they'll just show face. But I've always seen he's been there, oh, if can get an event, he's actively in it. So when I heard that he got elected and I had an opportunity to work for him, I decided to join him.
I'm Raisa Delason. I'm with Senator Fevella's office. Just doing whatever gotta be done, you know, Senator Fevella. My family usually on the Democratic side, so when I first entered for Senator Fevella, I was like, shucks, he's a Republican. But I was like, wow, he's a Republican. Have you ever seen this kind of a politician who's or an elected official who's always been so much working in the community? He's actually there at the events, like Matt says. He actually works and talks with the people, and this is the first time that I've seen elected officials do what his duty is.
Well, thank you guys all for coming. The reason why I wanted to, like I said, I didn't expect all of you here, so I'm gonna pass it along, finish on the roll. But I thank you guys all for coming. Right.
My name is Walin Christian. If you guys saw the hearing on Tuesday, I was the crazy Kanaka that was going after the board.
Very compassionate.
Yeah, it's not for me, it's for the people. I truly believe in that. Born and raised in Hawaii. Like I said in my testimony, I have family on every island, but my grandma's side is from Waikapu, Maui. And when I saw Lahaina, my auntie did lose 3 properties there, and God knows if the renters were in the houses when that went up. You know, my bottom line is, for so many years, we had Kanaka Maoli fighting against the Haole, against the white man, against the Japanese, against the Popolos, and we gotta stop. Because this is exactly what the corrupted government wants. They want us separated. And we have got to put all of that pilikia on the side. And I'm sorry if there's Kanaka Maoli who will disagree with me. I am Kanaka Maoli, and I love my people. But I love my land more, and we keep giving it away because of our own pilikia, and we do not know how to stand arm in arm, side by side. This isn't about a hierarchy. This is about standing in one line, one accord, and fighting for what is right. When we get that done, then we go to the next step. Until then, guys, we lose. I'm being real honest. We're going to lose. We can sit here and we can come to all these meetings 50 times a month if we like. But if we don't get unity as the priority, we lose. We're wasting our breath. The heart is just disappearing because we don't understand unity. The corrupted government, guys, they are called de facto. They're not de jure. Okay? So the de facto knows unity. Why? Because they all get a piece of the pie at the end of the road with the kala from the land. They're selling out to the CCP. CCP owns this land. They own this land. We don't even realize it.
American Savings Bank.
You know, so we gotta understand that. I'm not against one person or another because of the color of your skin. I'm against your stance. And I've said that in prior testimonies. I don't care who you are. I addressed Nani that day. And I know the crooked things that are coming out. Well, okay, let's address the stance. And if we can, we find a way to get them out. I ran for Congress last year. I never win. I don't care. I made a statement. The whole thing is to get the statements out in the public to make the people rethink what they've been taught. Our keikis have not been taught Hawaiian history in schools. They have not been taught the proper constitutional republic in schools. That is where we're at right now. Let's battle this beast first, and then we go for the next.
My name is Mana Olay. But I don't want to disrespect anybody, but it's very important for me for Brea and invite God, because if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't met Big Brother Kurt, and if it wasn't for God, I wouldn't even be sitting in this chamber today. Dear God Almighty, I thank you, God Almighty, for today, God. As we lift up our Maui Ohana, God. You got the right people over here. It's not a coincidence or mistake that we're all sitting on this table together, God Almighty. We all have a calling, we all have an anointing, God, through you, God. So God, you utilize us, God, as we come together as one in unity, God. For Ohana of Maui, God, and however you're going to use us, God. But we want to make sure that you are in the center. We want to invite you into our Vala'au and Mana'o, God, and just have your way, God. And we thank you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen, amen, amen.
Amen.
My name is Mana again, yeah? And so I've been like 26 years. I've been a shot caller, gang leader. And God has moved me in all different arenas, and I'm here to support Big Brother Kurt anytime God moves him. Amen. But there was one thing that I wanted to bring up, because I went to his seminar with this guy Tim Ballard, right? And he's the one that Sounds of Freedom. So I personally went to his seminar, and he told me that the biggest thing, the number one way of the people grabbing our children. Yeah. It's been disaster strike. Yeah. So whether it's war, whether it's storms, whether it's because I know they get off the subject about people of Lahaina, but I feel this is very important, because he told me that is the number one reason, or the number one way how the people come, and they come from all over the world, is when the disaster strikes, and they take our kids, they entice them, however they're doing it. And I saw a post out there that they're not saying, but we're missing 2,000 children. Yeah. So I wanted to bring it up, right? And, just plant the seeds in you guys. Yep. Yes, we for Maui, we for Lahaina, we for Uncle. But the children, we got to keep an eye on the children, right? Because it's come from a valid person, Tim Ballard, right? And he's saving them in multitudes, right? But the number one reason when they come take our keikis is through disaster. Yeah. So, just to keep an eye open. I gave you guys my card. I'm involved in a lot of things in the community. When you guys are spirit-led, and it's my personal number. You can give me a call. Amen.
Amen.
Good.
I'm Vernell Oku. I just want what's right for Maui, and I feel like this isn't right for Maui, and they should be on the table. And I also think that we have a lot of federal funding, right, for low affordable housing and for Hawaiian housing. Why isn't that money being given to them? I think it should be given to them. That's what it's for.
Good morning. My name is Melvin Aquino. I stayed away from politics for a long time. My family never taught me about that. They never taught me about, right and wrongs, all this stuff. I knew right and wrongs and stuff like that, but when it came to politics and stuff like that, started paying real good attention to it when COVID happened and all the vaccine mandates and stuff like that. And then when I know Kaleo Nako, Julian's brother, and took a deep dive into politics when he started running and paying more attention to what's going on. And I know it's a far outreach from where we've become, where we've gotten, but I think we can rein things in, as a community or as a people. And I'm just here just to soak things in and get more information. And maybe I can teach my family, my friends, my kids on where things are going and prepare them, for a good fight, because it's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming.
Yeah.
The people is of importance. You know, like that's why we all come together every single time, no matter what walks of life we come from. We fight for the right cause, for the better of our future generations and the people living here in Hawaii. And if people could think more like how we think, you know what I mean, I think Hawaii in its entirety would be a lot better. You know, because everybody's all about their own personal ways, you know, about what they want to accomplish for themselves, you know what I mean? Prioritizing their goals and their life when many of us see the bigger, better future as an entirety as the goal, you know, like this is great. It's rare that anybody does this, you know, so Senator Kurt, I appreciate you just giving the time and putting something together like this. I wish other people in these offices would have meetings like this.
Thank all you guys. Thank all you guys for
And it's
coming.
inclusive, you know, we went to this meeting last week and that's my main concern is like there's no community involvement in this, you know. You get everybody that plays a role in the corruption in Hawaii. We've seen what happened with DPP for many years. We know how the State Historic Preservation Department hasn't been preserving our Hawaii. They've been desecrating and being a part of the EV removals in Hawaii of our kupuna. You know, we see all these housing people, it's like, you know, like Hakeem talked about, there's 300 units, but we're still waiting. Waiting for what?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? There's no housing shortage. You got high rises that are empty. You got beach homes that are empty all over the island. You know, it's just, we get 600 million supposed to be for the Department of Hawaiian Homelands, and they're over there talking about building something at the Bolodrome, a high rise. You're not supposed to be living in high rises.
Yeah, exactly.
We're supposed to have our own. You know, sustainability is key. That's why we want Lama Aina. You know, I'm a part of 3 different farms because of that, to ensure that we get food source if they ever stop these planes and these boats. That's our priority should be. If they want to do emergency proclamation, there should be something that's more prioritized with that. The poisoning of our water that's happened, nothing happened. You know, they get little meetings, the governor comes out, he does his little showboat and then disappears for the next 6 months. You know what I mean? These guys come around when they feel like they need to, and they need to be here every single time, need to be held accountable when they don't. So I'm all with everybody who's here that does that. You know, because there's a lot of people in this room that got arrested for holding these politicians accountable. You gotta get harassed and chased around town for
Getting a ticket for throwing the bathroom around.
Yeah. You know, so I mean, I see everybody from different communities, different walks of life, different beliefs, you know, and this is what it needs to be. It's inclusive. You know, that's the democracy that was so talked about before. You know, everybody's separated because of colors, like on gang, you know what I mean? Never mind all that.
Right.
Never mind if you're Kanaka, if you're Hawaiian, if you're born here, if you're not. If you love Hawaii, you love the people, then you're included in this conversation.
We're getting censored off the media, just like our kupuna did. Just like, I'm not here to play around. This is serious. I came home because God told me to come home, and now I know why 5 years later.
I'm not asking. So demanding the governor to take away his proclamation and take this thing to the next level. He needs to be the leader that he said he wanted to be of these people. Right? He said his wife is a Kanaka Maole.
Exactly.
Then how is you supposed to be sympathizing with the Kanaka Maole? It's not Kanaka Maole when the camera's there.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not Kanaka Maole for convenience. You don't put your feet in a poi just for being Hawaiian.
Exactly.
That's why Nani Madaris, you know, she got upset. But, you know, what I'm trying to explain now is how we're going to orchestrate this governor to stop his proclamation, take away his, what is it called, Building Beyond Barriers Working Group.
Yeah.
See, Nani Madaris is not going to have a say. We don't need to talk to her. She's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Nani Madaris is irrelevant.
She's a pawn.
Yeah, she's done. She's done because this working group is illegally formed.
Correct.
You cannot take away the Sunshine Law. You cannot do this to custom fit your illegal agendas.
Yeah, it's shining the
But
light.
if you
You
see
took
that
away
meeting,
the
when I was
sunshine
speaking,
law,
she
so
said
you're
the
not going to
Sunshine Law is still inactive.
So the part what I'm saying is what you what you said. Sorry, what you said. I forget who said it already. Oh, BJ Penn. Sorry. BJ Penn. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I don't agree a lot of the stuff he said, but he was dead on.
Yeah.
When do you argue with your boss?
Exactly.
And he said that. That's the only thing I'll hear. Everything else, I was kind of off track. But when he said that, I was like, wow, he's right.
He's also right when
You
he
guys
said
are my
about
boss.
shining the light.
We're the governor's boss. We're the people for the people. Without people, There's no government.
Exactly.
The people created
That's right.
Ask
We
the
all
Hawaiians.
people is the government. So what are we going to tell this government? Right? We like this thing gone. The beyond barrier is gone. We like them go to Lahaina. But what I really, really like
Is them gone?
um,
Let's be honest. Let's just be
Yes.
that's another wish list.
Yes.